Harry, was very proud of you players tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think one thing we wanted to do, and it was a difficult game for us in some ways, because I think the game probably had in some ways more importance to Man United in a way, because of the lack of trophies available now, and the fact they got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, I'm sure made them even more determined. I think you saw that with their starting lineup, and then you saw that at half time bringing Lukaku on. I think we started a little bit tentatively. I think the key for us really tonight was to really just go and enjoy it. There's no pressure on us. I think it was important to see which players could handle it, because of course we're aspiring to be playing games like this every week next season. And we knew it would be a real challenge. And I think the way the players started a little bit tentatively, I think it was just handling their movement, and their attacking options at times is a bit daunting, and means that you end up dropping in. But sometimes it's okay dropping in, but you've then got to try and put pressure on at the right time tactically. Otherwise, we end up with far too many shots. And I thought we actually started to handle that quite well. Really good tactical discipline by the players, and concentration. And we actually counter-attacked really, really well quite a few times first half, and there were some uncomfortable moments for them, I'm sure. I know we didn't create loads and loads of chances, but I think we had a Sam Winnall chance from the edge of the box first half. Piercy had a free header, he said, from a corner, should have scored, and we had one or two other moments. And actually when we passed the ball and showed a little bit more composure, I thought we passed it really well through Tom Huddleston and George Thorne, and looked to have really good control. But you're going to have to keep doing that for the whole game, and then it almost became 2 or 3 minutes for us to keep the ball, 7 or 8 minutes for us to defend, and that's going to happen. But I thought we did it really well, and we rode our luck. Scott Carson made a few saves. We made some brilliant defensive blocks, and then to get to 83 minutes, and probably in a period of time for about 5 minutes, we actually looked as though they were starting to get a little bit frustrated, because they knew it was going to be a wonder goal that got them out of the trouble that they were in, and unfortunately for me, I was right behind it, and a wonder goal it was. I mean, he couldn't have hit it any better. No backlift. Lingard, a player that Derby fans, of course, know all about, and for it to nestle in the top corner like that, I actually applauded for about 10 seconds, because there wasn't an awful lot else I could do.
You said you would learn a lot about your players tonight, moving forward. Did you do that? Did you learn a lot about it?
Yeah, I think so. I think there'll be Premier League teams that come here and get beat by a lot more than that, and probably a lot more comfortably by a very strong Man United team. I thought we showed most of all that some of our players could handle it. I thought most of the players. There's 1 or 2 times where you think, come on, be a little bit braver and get on the ball, but you can understand the temptation to go, you know what, I'm just going to run up and let us kick this one forward, so I haven't got to look stupid if I lose it. But and of course they tried to suck you into playing into central areas so they can then go and counter-attack and break with the players that they've got. But I thought when we did move the ball, we showed some really good movement, and we made 1 or 2 tweaks tactically just to try and keep the ball a little bit. I allowed Johnny and Tom Lawrence just to play a little bit more central, and Andy to keep a little bit more width, so him and Ols could get out, if you like. And I thought it worked for sort of some spells, but of course it's difficult to stop players like Pogba, players like Lukaku, players like Martial. I can keep going on. I'd probably offend 1 or 2 by missing them out. There was that many out there, but I was really proud of the players. I thought we learned an awful lot about our team, and they're actually really downhearted in there to lose a game 2-0. Of course, the second one being a counter attack while we're trying to see if we can muster an equaliser.
What were your thoughts on Tom Lawrence in that slightly different position, almost like a 10?
Yeah, again, we wanted Tom and Johnny just to sort of interact a little bit there and just create a little bit of confusion every now and then on the counter attack to get into those little spaces behind the midfielder. And I thought that Tom, I think it's ironic in some ways that you got Matej Vydra in there, who's probably been the best number 10 in the league up until now. But you've got Tom Lawrence, you've got Johnny Russell, you've got Andy Vyman, who all actually in some ways probably see themselves as number 10s. So, the natural inclination for them is to come inside and look for those little spaces. So, but I thought Tom did really well. Of course, I'm sure he'd be keen against a team that, he played for a while, of course, not quite the first team, but and I think he was, he was keen to try and do well and show 1 or 2 people around the place. And I thought he showed good ability, good composure. I thought he worked incredibly hard. So really pleased.
Goalkeeper again. He's shown it all season, hasn't he? consistency and made some saves tonight.
Yeah, he made 2 fantastic saves on free kicks, didn't he? I think the first one from Matej looked as though he was going to bend it the near side and actually opened up and bent it the other side, which a goalkeeper of Scotty's experience, just used all of that to make sure he didn't overcommit. And then Pogba, a fantastic strike again, clawed it out the top corner. But he's been doing that all season, he's made saves like that in the Premier League over the years, and he's made saves like that for us this season. So, but we needed that tonight. Look, against the Man United side, if they turned it on, which they did once or twice early on, that that there's going to be very little you can do to stop them other than try to fill spaces the best you can, and I just felt when we were braver tonight, we got into some really good positions, and I think we showed that, we performed, I think, like a lower end Premier League type team tonight, and I thought that, for that we've got to be given a little bit of credit for.
Curtis Davis and Craig Forsyth both rested.
Yeah, but again, that's what I just felt we had to do that tonight. We had to make some good decisions, and I felt that Curtis has played a lot of football, didn't think there was any point risking him, so rested him. Fozzie needed a rest, so the same. Vydra needed a rest, in my opinion, the same. We couldn't afford to be without him. So, as daunting a team selection it was to come to Old Trafford against what we knew was going to be a strong side, I just felt as though 1 or 2 deserved an opportunity also. Ols been patient, deserved an opportunity. Piercy, been a really good squad member for us this season, not got any game time, and I just felt he deserved that reward of playing. So, not only did we make some changes, but some of those players hadn't played a lot of football recently either, so I think that added to the performance in some ways. So yeah, really pleased, and we've now got 4 or 5 fresh bodies to come back into the league campaign, which of course has always been our priority.
How close were Joe Ledley and Robbie Johnson, and do you think they'll be ready for Burnley?
Yeah, not that close for this game, I don't think. Jono was probably the surprise one, because I felt getting through the last game he'd be okay, but just a little bit stiff and sore. So both of them backs, both a little bit stiff. So again, it's just going to be depend on the treatment really, and in some ways I think it probably helped us tonight, because maybe if Joe would have been available or Jono would have been available, I might have played them both, but actually it gave an opportunity to play an attacking free behind the striker, and I thought they did really well at times.
So you kind of wait and see, Joe?
I think a wait and see, yeah. I think that we'd hope that they'd be available for Birmingham, but as we speak at this moment, I would say there'd be a doubt.